Well, that's part of the reason I wrote the report, which is to highlight the fact that there are people who are doing things. In other words, I think the easiest thing to do is do nothing.
Yeah.
And at some point, I made the observation that even after reading the report, most people still do nothing because they're either protected because they're one of the big players who have leverage to enable them to sweat the existing model. Or I think some will necessarily do some of the work which enables them to play in a kind of ecosystem world where they need to integrate to multiple parties. I think people have got to get their heads around that. But there are people who are saying we can't go on like this any longer. We're going to build one ourselves, and some of that's innovation and entrepreneur driven, and some of it's actually been driven by the marketplace itself. And none of those people are looking to lock anybody out. In other words, they're building them with the view that once they've proven the model, others will be invited at any time, and that they will have governance and data protection models, which means that there's no possibility of there being any, bad behavior in the running of those exchanges. So I admire as I always have done, and it's just because of my DNA, I admire those who are saying, right, we can't carry on like this any longer. Let's build something, and I think almost all of them would welcome discussion with their competitors or with other markets at any time, because they haven't built it for themselves. They've built it as the answer to the market's problems.
Yeah, I remember concluding interestingly with this sort of, let's just do it ourselves, or we've got to get this done, so let's crack on with it. I remember one of the major conclusions of a report I did in my consulting days was you've got to be omni-channel for now, at least until, if ever, this ultimate solution emerges. And I think of things like DocuSign, for example, as being quite creator-driven to some extent. So if somebody wants to get their document signed, they've got to choose how to do it. Yes, some of your signees might prefer that you used Hello Sign instead, but at the end of the day, if they want to sign the document, they're not going to ruin it for everyone else. You send it out as the creator, and hopefully everybody signs your document and it's done. And actually, then if another creator sat next to you decides to send something through Hello Sign, all those participants are going to find a way to sign it via Hello Sign as well. So I feel like if we can empower the creators, I think for us in Superseed, that's often the seedants and the brokers who are the deal makers, to just get a really good tool that they can use to get their individual deal done. Then if people want to be a part of that deal, then use the thing, and it's going to make their lives easier as well. And if there's another one, great,